promotions happen by time, right? By
So-
like longevity and merit and all that, right?
Promotions happen, with the exception of the chief, the deputy chief, and chief administrative assistant, based on tenure and a score on a civil service test.
Okay, but transfers from one division to the next, those happen based on the policy and the general order on transfers.
Most of them do. Now, by policy as well as by law, I can transfer anybody I want for the efficient operation of the police department. In general, I transfer supervisors. I handpick the supervisors I want in particular units. But officer corporals, we have a process, and depending on a specific unit, there's different prerequisites. Some involve physical fitness tests, some involve shooting tests. All of them involve an interview and a written test of some sort. And I have always, from the day I got the position, appointed whoever the #1 applicant was when we have a testing process, regardless of race, color, or anything else.
So there's a consistent protocol for moving people from any division to any other division.
Not any, there's a protocol within units, but it's not exactly the same. So for example, the academy instructors within the last decade have not gone through a testing process. Those people have been hand selected by the chief for about a decade now. Many units, the standard operating procedure is to have a testing process. For example, we have a process out right now for a homicide investigator. They'll go through the testing process, and whoever tests out on top will get the position.
But what about, let's say, Lake Patrol?
Lake Patrol, sometimes we appoint, sometimes we do a testing process, depends.
But
The most recent person we put to Lake Patrol, we assigned because we're eliminating a unit within administration. There was an opening on Lake Patrol. This person was qualified for, so we just transferred it.
So it's still based on certain logic and not just a case-by-case basis willy-nilly?
Certainly, yes.
Okay.
Ultimately, I'm responsible for this assignment of all 497 police officers.
Okay, because I guess the thing I was wondering about is if within the policy, in the general order, how much elasticity is in there that gives leeway to anything being done on a case-by-case basis versus everyone getting consistent treatment based on the policy and other prerequisites.
Now, the policy does allow for the chief of police to move anybody he or she sees fit based on the efficient operation police department, and that is done. In general, we try to follow a testing process for any rank below that of a supervisor. We haven't had a testing process for a supervisor ever, to my knowledge. That's always been someone that the chief has selected based on their previous experience, knowledge, training, etc.
Got it. Okay, okay, Councilman Dean.
Yes.